A lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
Not the day we wanted, but that's on us. We faded a Boston team against the Thunder with no SGA and no Jalen Williams. We are kind of disappointed in the Lakers. It's the second day in a row we faded the Wizards, who were on a back-to-back, and they're still dropping the draft pick, still trying to lose their draft pick standings. And the uh, Cavs just didn't show up towards the end of that game. Give Phoenix credit for being healthy and playing to a level that they should have been playing at all season. But that's been the thing. We haven't seen them together all season, getting it right like this. So it's hard to predict when it's going to happen. But Orlando came through for us. We were right to stay off the under. It just picked the spread, and they won outright against the Pelicans, 117-108. So only got one. We were kind of right on some of the other games that we were looking at. I do remember saying that the Timberwolves can pretty much pick whatever number they want to win by. They rolled over on the Raptors. Brooklyn beat Indiana outright. What else happened? Atlanta did not cover against Portland, against the Pistons, I don't think. And Memphis beat the Bucks, which solidifies the fact that they suck. So that was our day yesterday. Should have picked a couple different games, but on to today. We have 5 games on the card. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is Thursday, April 4th. 5 games on the card. Remember, if you like the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the page. We're trying to grow one day at a time. You guys are the biggest help in doing that. On to the card, though. We have a couple games, playoffs right around the corner. Standings changing a little bit. Kings and the Knicks. First game I have, Knicks lost their last 3 games to the Heat, the Thunder, and the Spurs in overtime. Now they're back at home. I'm trying to lean their way. I know the Kings are everybody's favorite road team. They are 22-14-1 against the spread on the road. I think a lot of that momentum they had in the beginning of the season has dwindled. They were their hit rate on the road was pretty good. I think it was better than this earlier in the season, but they're kind of evening out. 21-6 straight up, 5-5 in their last 10 games against the spread. Knicks are 20-17-1 at home against the spread, 24-14 straight up, 6-3-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. Like I said, they're coming off a road trip. They actually played the Thunder at home, but they played in Toronto, in San Antonio, back at Madison Square Garden for one game, to Miami, and then back home again. So been traveling a little bit. Next 3 games are all on the road. So it's not actually a good spot for the Knicks as far as travel goes. They do have a back-to-back against the Bulls. So it does line up for Sacramento to at least cover, if not win the game outright. But like I said, this is a home game for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson is questionable. He has been playing a couple games here and there. Julius Randle's still out. OG Anunoby still out. Josh Hart is questionable. So I would want Josh Hart in to get there with the Knicks. Sacramento is missing Malik Monk. And in the last game that they played, he was their only bench scoring. It was a low-scoring game, 98-91. But Malik Monk came off the bench, and he and one other person were the only people to score off the bench. So definitely want him. They definitely want him in there against this Knicks team. He's sidelined due to a sprained right MCL. Is projected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. So he'll miss a little bit of the playoffs too. They are kind of locked into a play-in scenario, but in the Western Conference, between the 5 seed and the 9 seed, there's only one win difference. Everybody either has 44 wins or 45 wins. So that's the jumbled part of the Western Conference. And with 6 games left, 7 games left, almost anything can happen. I think I like the over in this game, if I'm being honest. Knicks have been playing more to the over. Sacramento is known for playing a higher pace than the Knicks usually do, but the Knicks will get up and play with you. Like they have been recently in some of these games, like in the OKC game, like in the San Antonio game. They put up 145 against the Raptors, 124 against Detroit. So they have been scoring a lot recently, and I think that might bode well for it over in this game. So rather than pick a side, I'll just bet the over. 76ers Heat. Heat are in the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. 76ers are pretty much, I don't want to say locked into the 8, but they'll be in the play-in for sure. The question mark is Joel Embiid. Is he playing in this game tonight? He is questionable, and he miraculously played the other night that we said that he wasn't supposed to play. So I was actually at work, looked up at the screen, and saw him in uniform talking to somebody on the court. I was like, well, goddamn, he played. So looking at him tonight, if he plays tonight, I expect his number to move. And I'm not sure if I can get there right now with either side, not knowing. Miami has everybody in except for Hero and Richardson. So they're as healthy as they're going to be for a while. But Philly has Embiid, Harris, Bamba, Maxey, all on the injury report, questionable for tonight's game. So I would like to wait to see what happens. Kind of like the under at 210. But I'm going to wait, see how the injury report shakes out throughout the day. Hawks at Mavs. Kind of leaning Hawks in this game. I know the Mavs have been a bet on team for their last 10, 12 games, something like that. They are 8-2, straight up 8-2 against the spread, only losing to Oklahoma City and Golden State in their last game. But they covered the spread against Oklahoma City. So they've been a bet on team for sure. Last couple games, definitely all the way through March. But the Hawks have been on the upswing also. I think the Hawks are pretty much locked into this play-in situation as well, but they're about to get healthier. Um, Everybody out for the Hawks is due back in mid-April, just in time for the playoffs. So they're trying to keep their spot. They're in the 10 seed right now. They're 6 games ahead of the Brooklyn Nets, who are in the 11th seed, who've already been eliminated. So the top 10 teams are going to be the top 10 teams in the East. The bottom 5 are already eliminated because of the record. So there's nothing else the Hawks can do but wait for this play-in situation. So hopefully they're up to the task of covering this big number. The Mavs are in the 5 seed. Like I said, they're pretty motivated to win. They're trying to catch the Clippers, which I predicted they will, to get into the 4 seed. But I think that the Hawks might be able to cover tonight. So I like the Hawks. I also like the over in this game. Warriors, Rockets. This has been a big game for a couple days now. Draymond Green said last week ish that he didn't care about the Rockets when asked how he feels about the Rockets being 1 game back of the Warriors for the playoffs.
How much are you now kind of tracking the Rockets?
No, I don't give a damn about the Rockets.
He said, I don't give a damn about the Rockets. And then the Warriors proceeded to win their next 3 games while the Rockets lost their next 3 games. So now they're 3 games apart. And the Rockets have tried to throw fuel on the fire by releasing clips on social media, calling out the Warriors before their game and everything like that. So they're going back and forth, talking smack and stuff like that. So I think that this will be a good competitive game. But in a game like this, I think I like the Warriors to win with big bad Draymond over there throwing elbows and getting in people's head. And, you know, he's the basketball IQ over there. So I think that they can pull this out. And the Rockets are 3 games back now. So it matters a little less at this point. The Golden State Warriors are in this play-in situation for sure. And it's funny, like now I think I thought a couple of days ago that the Warriors were going to have trouble getting into the playoffs. They needed some help. But now I think that it might be an either-or situation with LeBron and the Lakers or Golden State getting into the playoffs. I see a scenario where they either have to play each other to get to the second game, or they'll play each other in the 7-8 game, depending on how things shake out with the Pelicans and the Kings towards the end of the season. But I don't know if both of them will get in the playoffs. You know, I still see a Pelicans team that, you know, might be a pretty good competition for either one of them. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, could be both of them. Could be both of them playing in the 7-8 game. Just determined seeding. But for this game, I'm leaning Warriors for sure. I think it's down to 3.5. And yeah, Warriors for a motivation factor only. Nuggets, Clippers. Warren the Nuggets. Fade the Clippers. I think Kawhi is out. Kawhi Leonard out Thursday. On the injury report for Denver, I got Aaron Gordon probable, Jokic probable. Murray is out indefinitely. He'll miss an undetermined length of time. So basically, they'll just try to get him healthy for the playoffs. But with or without him, we are on the Denver Nuggets on the road against the Clippers, who I believe will fall to the 5 seed before the end of the season. So those are going to be the picks. If I had to narrow it down, I'd be on the Nuggets minus the 3, the Warriors minus the 4, and the Hawks plus the 12. Those first 2 games, too many question marks, too many back and forths. I like the over on the next game, and I'm waiting to see how the injury report and numbers fall for the Heat and the 76ers. So lock those in. Let's get this money. We'll be back tomorrow for some more NBA.
I know I'm going to get got, but I'm going to get mine more than I get got, though.